What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the third One Mic with Big Mike video log. I just figured, I'd probably just use these things as the bucket that catches the overflow from the shows Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Like the stuff that I don't get to that I may have planned on talking about. If I don't get a chance to do it, I might just let it spill on over to these video logs here. So, on this installment, I want to talk to you guys and girls about hypocrisy and my philosophy on the term. In my experience, most people say things like they can't stand a hypocrite or complain on how hypocrites get on their damn nerves. My question is this for you. Do you ever say those things about yourself when you're being hypocritical? Oh, okay. So you're never hypocritical. Cool. You can stop listening right now. This one ain't for you. For the actual non-delusional people, you might want to give this one a spin or two. So let's start here. Let's start with the definition of a hypocrite. A person who indulges in hypocrisy. Now, what is hypocrisy? The behavior of people who do things that they tell other people not to do. Behavior that does not agree with what someone claims to believe or feel. Now, my philosophy is that we, as people, we have to force ourselves to run from hypocrisy, even when it is beneficial to the narrative that we may be supporting. For example, how many of you make a practice of believing the words of a pathological liar? You know, folks who seem to spew untruth more often than truth come out of their mouth? Right. Not many of us. At least not the same people. Now let's go back to this past weekend where Republican nominee Donald Trump said this.
I did try and fuck her. She was married. She wanted to get some furniture. I said, I'll show you where there's some nice furniture. I took out furniture. I moved in her like a bitch. And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything. Whatever you want. Grab him by the pussy.
And before that, he said this.
Hey, I watched when the World Trade Center came tumbling down. And I watched in Jersey City, New Jersey, where thousands and thousands of people were cheering as that building was coming down.
He also said this.
Do you have a relationship with Vladimir Putin, a conversational relationship, or anything that you feel you have sway or influence over his government?
I do have a relationship.
But now, a complete reversal.
I have no relationship with Putin.
But if you have no relationship with Putin, then why did you say in 2013, I do have a relationship? In 2014, I spoke...
Because he has said nice things about me over the years.
And this.
Well, I'll tell you what I don't like. It's against 2 NFL games. I got a letter from the NFL saying, this is ridiculous. Why are the debates against? Because the NFL doesn't want to go against the debates.
You get the point, right? The man lies with no conscience whatsoever. And that brings me to this. Why now are Trump's rapey, sexual assaulty tales taken from his lips and suddenly put into the category of truth? Is it because more of us relatively stable people already consider him to be a scumbag? Yeah, probably. Look, I don't blame anybody for instantly believing someone as grimy as this dude would actually randomly grab a woman by the pussy, right? But let's remember where I started the video, forcing ourselves to run from hypocrisy. You might be saying to yourself, where's the hypocrisy here, Mike? Glad you asked. Remember last week when the topic du jour was Nate Parker, the man who created the Nat Turner biopic that apparently no one took the time to go see? The issue of his sexual assault allegation was as polarizing as it gets, and a lot of you were all about being convinced that you knew exactly what happened or didn't happen, even though there wasn't really enough, let me put it that way, actual evidence to be 100% positive on either side. People say he was found innocent, which, of course, in a court of law, there is no such thing. You're either guilty or not guilty. And there were other people who said, how did the other guy, his roommate, get convicted if it wasn't sexual assault and nothing happened, seeing as though both men were involved? See, right there, those statements are dripping with hypocrisy. Who among you will use those same arguments when it comes to a guy like George Zimmerman or Casey Anthony or all those cops who murdered unarmed citizens? You see my point? The same justice system that sent all those people home, just like Nate Parker, how can you justify one without saying the other ones were right too? Were they right about Nate Parker and wrong about the others I mentioned? That would be convenient, wouldn't it? Now fast forward a bit, and there we find the Donald Trump Billy Bush tape. very early in the game, people started going on about how the things that were said in the recording made Trump a criminal. Well, here's where the hypocrisy lies. Where in America is a blowhard sociopath of a pathological liar being himself suddenly a crime? As far as we all knew initially, it was just Trump being his usual lying-ass self while trying to impress the equally douchey Billy Bush. Yeah, I know. What he is describing is deplorable, and it is actually a criminal act, the thing that he's describing. But put it this way, if I just start describing or writing a story or whatever, right, about a murder, you think charges could be brought against me if I had actually done nothing? Like, there would need to be evidence, or at least an eyewitness or something of that nature before someone could say that I'm a criminal, right? And if women do come forward accusing Trump of doing the things to him that he described in the tape, well, we still can't just move to believe it because we hope it's true. We've got to run from the hypocrisy and base what we think on actual information. Or else, we all just might as well be Trump, the man who gives zero fucks about facts. Feel free to comment on this video log. You can find me all over social media at One Mike with Big Mike. That is the number 1 MIC WITHBIGMIKE. And be sure to catch the One Mike with Big Mike show on Spreaker.com every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Thank you.